Hi guys, welcome to GameTalk Fortuna Sittard against Ajax 1-2. Sahbi, welcome.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about the game. Before we do, I just want to talk to our viewers and explain why we're doing a Zoom conference call for the GameTalk. This week, new COVID-19 measures was introduced by the government. That means that we can only have one visitor. And not only that, but there's also a curfew in the evening. So also for the evening games, after 9 o'clock, we cannot have anyone basically going anywhere. So we're now switching to Zoom for now. These measures will be at least until the 10th of February. So please accept our apologies for not having the usual game talk, but we will do it like this. Sahbi, again, welcome. Sahbi, we saw the game and we all were looking at the January games, the fixtures and everything like that. And we were like, oh, there are no easy games. But I'm not sure if Fortuna was one of the opponents we thought that would be also a difficult one. It was a scrappy win, 1-2. How did you see that game? Because I thought we would win it a little bit more easy than what we showed today.
Exactly in my view. We played poor, just simple as that. We created so many chances, but I'm just flabbergasted that we couldn't even get one or two goals as an extra in a game. So it's poor gaming, poor attacks were poor. Yeah, nothing to add on that. Seriously.
So in the first half, even though we didn't play very fluid, we had a lot of chances. I mean, that's
a lot of chances. But as the Fortuna had their chances as well, So
yeah, not as clear cut as Ajax. I mean, look,
no, true.
Yeah,
no, true. Well, first of all, props for Fortuna because they had a game plan. They tried to attack, and I really liked the gameplay. But it was and it worked at the beginning. There was so much space within the field. It was an attractive game for the neutral watchers. Chances all over again. Ajax played poor, but they created chances. But yeah, seriously, then we had to score at least 2 or 3 goals. Didn't happen. We got in trouble. You saw the second half, the first minute of the second half, they got the 1-1. Yeah, and then it was really difficult for us to get back. And nobody actually really excelled during the match. So it was really poor.
Really? Do you think nobody excelled? I mean, there were a couple of players, in my opinion. Maybe the excel is the right word, but there were a couple of players that played decent. Some other players really didn't have their best day.
Well, I like the way Nico played. Mm-hmm. He played great. We had Lisandro Martinez, who came in as a sub, which I still don't understand why he's not a starter. I will keep on grading Ten Hag an F as long as he's not putting Martinez in the field. Seriously.
Okay, but apart from that, we're moving a little bit ahead of the games, looking at the end. But still, I want to talk about that because you mentioned Martinez. I don't know how you viewed it, but I think Martinez and Alvarez coming at the last 20 minutes was really impactful for Ajax in a good way.
Yeah. The game was. The game was a bit fluent. The play was a bit more fluent. But we have to take into account, of course, that it was at the end of the game. Fortuna Sittard players were a bit tired. They kept on attacking in the first half. Second half, they tried it as well. So we have to take that into account. But nevertheless, the poison that they brought, that was really something that we needed during the game. And a lot of players. You stated that some players were playing that well. Well, I don't agree on that. I mean, the center was a bit poor. Attacking wise, Anthony was a bit poor. Mazraoui didn't play as he always does. That's why probably he got subbed as well as Anthony. Haller, if he hasn't scored the goal, he was so poor, slow. He had a chance in the 3rd minute in the first half. Should have got that in. I was really surprised that Brobby didn't get in, but luckily he scored a goal, and that was a winner eventually. So happy with that. Not what he's called.
Yeah, Haller had actually easier chances than that one, but he still.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So listen, I want to ask you a few questions, right? Let's run through them. First of all, why do you think we cannot close games earlier than this? I mean, do you think it has to do with maybe the time, the schedule we're playing in, 12 o'clock?
No.
Maybe it's people, our players are not sharp. Maybe they're tired. Is there something we can explain why we're missing so many clear-cut chances today? Because honestly, I'm not exaggerating. We could have led by 4 or 5 goals.
Yeah, even more. Yeah. No, it's unclear why. I mean, the huge chances where you think they can just easily tap in or shoot, they pass, and the chances where they need to pass, they shoot. So it's a matter of decisions, and maybe it's a bit of confidence part. It's unclear, but the only thing that we can take as a positive point is that we create chances. So that's a positive thing. It would be bad if we didn't create at all, or only created one and scored from that chance. So we create chances. That's a positive thing. But yeah, the way we finish, I think, I mean, maybe we already missed it a lot looking at these chances and not scoring one of them. So it's difficult.
But do you think it's a quality issue we have, or do you think it's just this game?
No, I think it's just this game. I mean, Tadic normally scores easier goals, and Anthony scores them as well. So I think it's a matter of bad luck. But if this continues in the upcoming games, then we will really get in trouble. The only thing that really annoys me is the way we play against formations when they attack us. So if they try to attack us, we always get in trouble. And when the opponent is really digging in and trying to counterattack with fast attackers, we also get in trouble. So we really need to work on that, because against, for example, Lille, I think we will get slaughtered. They have very fast players. They play counter-attacking football. If we have played against them today, I think we had a different result, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Especially the Hansen guy from Fortuna Sittard.
Yeah,
on
the
side
left forward
of Mazraoui. Yeah, he was giving us a lot of trouble, especially in the first half.
Yeah, the left side. Yeah, they only attacked on the left side. That's why I thought like Mazraoui played a bit poor together with Anthony. Yeah.
So moving on, right? Another question I want to ask you. I mean, Alvarez came in. I know it's the last 20 minutes, what you mentioned, but I'm seeing something different now. I'm seeing Alvarez being a much more balanced in terms of defensive duties on the midfield. And I also like the fact that Ten Hag pushed Klaassen a little bit to the 10 because Labiat was off.
Yeah.
You saw Klaassen giving 2 huge chances as well at the end of the game. I think it's a more natural position for him. I still have doubts whether he should stay at the number 6 next to Gravenberg.
Yeah.
How do you see that?
Well, I do think that he's out of form. In the last couple of weeks he played, he didn't play that well. Not that bad as well, but he can do a lot better. And if you look at the recent game when he in the last minutes when he was put on the number 10 position, yeah, he did well. But as I said, it had to do with the tiredness of the Fortuna players and the fact that they really needed to attack, so they left some space at their back. So that had to do something with it. But yeah, of course, Klaassen, his natural position is a 10. He played okay as a 6, but in recent games, that was poor. And with Alvarez in, there's some defensive stability in midfield, which could give more room to Gravenberg and to Klaassen to involve themselves with the attack, and that's basically what happened in the last minutes.
All right. So would you say that you would like to have Klaassen as a number 10 going on, or not really? Are you more like, okay, let's see how he does as a number 6? I mean, is it something we can build on?
Well, I'm not a fan of Labiat, but he did score his goals in recent games. But eventually, if
he scored one today as well. He scored one today.
Yeah, yeah, it was a Maradona goal.
Yeah.
But eventually, if Kudus is not coming in upcoming games, I would suggest indeed to put Klaassen as 10, and then maybe Alvarez giving him a chance, or obviously Martinez. But Ten Hag doesn't see Martinez as a defensive midfielder.
Yeah,
he keeps seeing him as a central defender. So without opting on Martinez, I would go for Alvarez.
Yeah, so Ten Hag confirmed actually before the game, because there was a question from the reporter about maybe pushing Blind to the midfield and putting Martinez as a center back, but he doesn't see Blind and Martinez as midfielders because of their running ability. So let's just keep that. I mean, you can.
Let's say let's say that's a joke. I mean, it's a true joke. I mean, okay, Blind is not so agile to play in midfield, but if we're talking about an opponent as Fortuna, you could easily put him in midfield and he will do well. But I completely disagree with the Nacht stating that Martinez is not a runner. I mean, if you look at his gameplay, he has it all. He has his defensive. His defensive is great. He has that poison. He's fast. He can even though he's short, he always wins his headers. So I think he's a complete footballer for me, and I still don't freaking understand why he's not playing.
Okay, so let's talk about the goals, right? The first goal, okay, that's an own goal. I thought actually Schurz made the goal.
First I thought that as well.
But it wasn't his goal. I want to talk to you especially about the goal we conceded and the goal that gave us the lead and the win at the end. Mm-hmm. So what happened with the 1-1? Can you run us through that one?
I think it was during an attack of Ajax where it came to a counter-attack, and the right back of Fortuna just ran straight forward. The first ball went to Semedo. He dribbled past one of the defenders of Ajax.
I think it was Tagliafico, right?
Yeah, Tagliafico, and then easily play the ball to Tripana, I thought his name was, and it was an easy tap in.
So what could have we done better there? Because we lost a ball in the midfield. I know that for a certain. But what happens to our rest defense? We're always talking about how we're positioned defensively when we lose the ball.
Well, first of all, we need to pressure the opponent at once. I mean, the same as we've done during the Boss era. If we lose the ball, you need to pressure, and then if you pressure, especially at that space, if you pressure, you could either put the other players in offside, or you would recover the ball. And what we have done literally is going back. We run back and we create space between defense and midfield. And that way, it's easily for the opponent to give that last pass where they could score. We could see that in the first half when Schurz tried to dribble in, he lost the ball, and then there was a counterattack from the left with a nice pass, with a nice right pass to one of the attackers, and it almost got in. So it's a real issue, and if we don't solve this, against Lille, we will get in trouble, and then it's over.
The goal that we scored, the 2-1. So Semedo was on our own half, basically. They were attacking. It was nothing. I mean, it was not a foul. We all saw that.
Not a foul. No, indeed.
But do you agree? I mean, it's a bit controversial because we know the rules. The referee has to stop the play. There is no head injury, so he can decide whether he wants to stop the play, yes or no. He didn't do that, and we actually benefited from that situation, and we scored immediately. I mean, I can understand also from a point of view of Fortuna that they're not happy with this decision. How do you see that?
No. I totally disagree because they had the ball as well. Before we attacked, before we got the goal, they had the ball and they literally passed to each other. Why didn't they put the ball to the side?
No, they
didn't do it themselves.
No, because the ball went to Onana, and I thought Onana was going to.
No. Before the play, before it got to Onana, Fortuna Sittard had the ball. Okay. They could have easily passed the ball over the line. They tried to attack. They tried to attack once again. It didn't work. We recovered the ball. Then it went to Onana. So why should Onana play the ball out? No, he passed to Nico, and then the attack came, which led to the goal.
Okay.
So no, it should not have been stopped.
Okay. One more thing. At the end, we had a very huge counterattack possibility. I think it was 4 against 1. What happened there?
Yeah.
How is this possible?
Yeah, it's a real joke. I mean, that was one of the things that I wrote. I mean, we were like with 4 or 5 players, and everyone was running like through each other, and there was no decision on how to or to whom to pass. And then it got to Haller, who really screwed up the ball. he was not able to pass in the correct way. He gave it back heel to I think one of the attackers, and then we saw Klaas, and I was really pissed. And obviously I would be pissed as well. We were like with 4 or 5 of us. It was a real joke, and we really need to train on that, because if it was PSV, then it was by default a goal. We really need to work on some topics. They need to be more clinical in finishing. Counterattacks, we need to be more fluent and more direct. Counterattacks, we need to work on those as well. Of the opponent, we need to stop them more at their side and not running to the back.
Yeah.
I do have to say corners are doing much better now, even though Labiat sometimes goes to Tadic when the corners being taken, but a lot of corners are now being taken directly from Tadic, which is a good thing, and which led to the goal, even though it's a non-goal.
Yeah.
So that's only a positive thing that I could add on this.
So to conclude things, right? Just to say my final, also what I think is happening right now. I don't know if you have the same feeling, but it seems like every game is now a final already, and we're only in January. It seems like there's so much games following each other. And also, we know we drew also PSV yesterday in the Dutch Cup, which will be played on the 10th of February. We have a lot of games coming up, and you also see Nach already rotating more. You know, I mean, now today he substituted 5 players. He has been doing that more often now. And I think we should be happy, not too critical at this point, and just really try. I mean, of course, we have to play better. We have to close our chances better as well. But I think also we have to be happy and just win the games, because the other teams, Vitesse, for instance, yesterday won again. PSV is winning also. So we have to stay in front of them, you know, and leading the league table.
No, I agree with you. I mean, the results is something that counts first. So we are still, we didn't lose in January. We got nice results, even though those were all narrow results. I mean, 2-2 against PSV, a narrow 3-1 with 2 goals for Interla in the last minute, a narrow win against Feyenoord, 1-0. So these are all narrow wins. So we need to take that into account. We were a bit of luck in all those games. So we need to move forward, and to do that, we should win, but also with some bit of play. I mean, we're still Ajax. Ajax doesn't mean only winning. We need to win with bravura. We need to play
convincingly.
Convincingly, offensive, etc. So if that comes in as well, then I'm a happy man. And with regards to Ten Hag, he luckily he's subbing 5 players, which is allowed, but during the season, he told us that he isn't a fan of subbing so many players. So it's a bit contradicting, but luckily he's doing that now, because we need all the players playing, and the rest is needed for all those players.
All right. Final thought. Final thoughts from your side regarding the game, regarding where we're heading, upcoming games.
If we continue like this against the bigger clubs, we will get in trouble. So lucky and happy with the win, but especially very, very poor play, with very poor play, and we need to really improve that.
Guys, I can feel it, man. I can. You want to subscribe.